Welcome to CTV News Your Canada. It is Friday, November the 14th. We'll bring you profiles of fascinating Canadians and stories about your community. Thank you for watching.
The Salvation Army's annual Christmas Kettle campaign is officially ringing in Barrie. It's their biggest fundraiser of the year, aiming to raise $500,000 right here in our community.
Probably a quarter of all the funds that we raise throughout the year come just at the Kettle campaign through Christmas.
Most of the funds raised will support community and family services, including outreach programs and the new family shelter. The Salvation Army serves as a lifeline for many, like Michael Arbor, who now calls our city home.
Absolutely a lifeline, a godsend. They gave me everything I needed to be where I am right now. 17
kettles will be set up across the city over the next several weeks. People can drop cash in the kettles or simply tap their card if they wish.
The challenge really is that the need continues to grow in our community. So as a field, as a sector, we are definitely struggling with trying to keep up, both in terms of the funding and the capacity to serve that need in our community.
It's also launch day for another big fundraiser in Barrie. Christmas Cheer is back for another holiday season with more than 1,300 volunteers spending the next 6 weeks collecting and sorting all kinds of food and gifts. The goal is to raise $500,000 in donations for those in need.
Every single year we are hoping that we are going to be less of a need, but it turns out every year we are more of a gap filler and the need just continues to grow.
Christmas Cheer is expecting to assist more than 7,000 people this holiday season, filling this now half-empty warehouse with gifts and much-needed food.
We're looking for children under 3 and we're looking for children over 6. That's the priority right now.
This now will change. Hopefully, so we can help the number of people that we need to.
So Christmas Cheer officially underway today, starting to accept donations. The packages will be handed out on December 18th and 19th. And of course, don't forget, you do need to register to be eligible. Rob Cooper, CTV News, Barrie.
Yep. Drake Batherson and the rest of the Ottawa Senators are wearing special hoodies for tonight's Hockey Fights Cancer game.
Definitely brings back a lot of good memories and miss them every day for sure.
They're honoring the Bell family, and in particular, young Griffin Bell.
Me, Thomas would go down to his driveway, play ball hockey with them. Really tight with the whole Bell family ever since I've been in Ottawa.
At the age of just 1, Griffin Bell, known lovingly as Griff, was diagnosed with a form of childhood cancer called neuroblastoma. In the years that followed, Griff was embraced by the Sens as he battled the disease.
Hey Griff, it's Brady Kachuk here. We're all thinking of you. Keep fighting, stay strong. Hopefully we get to see you at a Sens game here.
Hi Brady, it's Griffin. I hope to see you on the outdoor rink.
He went through some tough times, and we bring him in here, whether it's after a game, before a game, and just see him smile. I think that was the most amazing thing.
When I say Griff, you say gang. Griff, gang, Griff, gang.
Griff passed from the disease in March 2024 at the age of 6.
With Griff, especially a day like today, I think back to the relationship we had and how much joy it brought to him, bringing him into the dressing room and hanging out with the guys and having him at the rink on the glass and stuff.
As the Senators take on the Boston Bruins, it's expected to be an emotional night for everyone involved.
It is going to probably hit them a little bit, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I think it's a great, it's a reminder of, that there's more to life than hockey.
They're a good group of kids. Like our guys really care, and I know that they'll have some deep reflection at certain points in time, but they're pro athletes. They'll get themselves ready to play, but certainly this is a special evening.
And tonight, those golden sweaters that the Sens wore walking into tonight's game will be for sale by the Bell family in Section 106, with proceeds for that going towards the Griffin Bell Golden Endowment Fund for research into childhood cancer. And we will hear from the Bell family.
It's Shane McLeod's specialty. He teaches people the power of physics.
From when I started taking physics in university, my hope was that I could someday teach physics at whatever level.
This one. It's a lifelong love he discovered early on, empowering students to be creative and see themselves in science.
And now at parent-teacher, I regularly have parents come in and say, well, you must be doing something right. The kids are coming home and they're talking about it at the supper table.
The Dartmouth High School teacher received the 2025 Prime Minister's Award for teaching excellence in STEM on his 20th year teaching at the school. He's one of only 2 teachers to receive the award in the province.
To have this recognition and have so many people reach out and offer their congratulations and words of support since then has been fantastic.
Many of the students have gone on to do work related to physics, engineering. We've seen students go on in the medical field, so he does have a tremendous impact on kids in the classroom.
His students say his one-of-a-kind teaching style makes science a subject they never expected to love.
Mr. McLeod really does force people to kind of speak and voice their results when we're doing work in class. So that's kind of one of the more funny things, and also not a lot of teachers will make you do that, really.
Putting Dartmouth High School on the map and leaving his mark on a subject he's dedicated his life to.
The fact that I'm able to pass along some of that excitement, and it doesn't matter what they're going to do, the fact that they're here in high school and excited about science, I think is really important.
He calls it one of his proudest moments, knowing every lesson and every equation has added up to this very moment. Vanessa Wright, CTV News, Dartmouth.
The winner of the Northern Super League Championship will be the first team to hoist the Diana B. Matheson Cup.
AFC Toronto, unfazed, relentless.
AFC Toronto's snowy win over Montreal launched them into the final.
We're making history here. It's history of women's soccer, women's sports in Canada.
Toronto finished atop the regular season standings at 16-6-3, 12 points ahead of the third-place Vancouver Rise, who they'll face in the final. Both head coaches sat down this morning to answer questions ahead of the match.
Vancouver has so many attacking threats. I think that's probably the best part of their team.
I'm very impressed about Hunter. Seeing a forward, having that mindset of doing and timing the blindside runs. I think that's something that you work on for usually a long time with players to get that instinct.
Kaylee Hunter is a 17-year-old striker on the Toronto squad. Even her own coach says he sometimes forgets her age.
When she tells me she has to go to finish her homework, it reminds me.
The team split their 5-game regular season meetings, with each finishing 2-2-1, so anticipation is mounting.
We've shown that we can compete all season. We've gotten better every single game, so we're just looking to continue that.
We're super excited. It's something we've waited all season for, so we just hope we can put on a good show for all the fans that are going to come out.
The league kicked off some 7 months ago in Vancouver, with the championship taking place at Toronto's BMO Field.
This was one of the most competitive leagues in the world, with 85% of matches within 2 goals or less. And there were a ton of goals. 2.6 per game, in fact, coming from 65 different players.
Officials say the inaugural season has been a success.
There was reporting out this year that the Damallsvenskan, the Swedish league, one of the best, most respected leagues in the world, been around since 1988. They had their highest year ever for revenues this year, 18 million euros. And that's after 37 years, and we've done that number in year 1.
The final kicks off at 2 on Saturday. Allison Hurst, CTV News.
It has been an annual rite of Christmas for 69 years. The London Santa Claus Parade has delighted young and old since 1956, and this Saturday night will be no different. Organizer Sean Merton is excited to put on a show.
There's some incredible stuff. There's one float that has over 5,000 lights on it, and a couple other like that, and loud music, and it's just going to be. It's going to be rocking the whole parade route all the way down, that's for sure.
This year's parade will be bigger than previous when it comes to floats and bands. The theme is Santa's Rockin' Wonderland.
It's bigger than last year. There's 12 more entries than last year. So there's 43 entries. There's 5 bands that are booked to be there. There's 4 or 5 dance groups, and Western cheerleaders are back again. So, all that kind of stuff is really exciting, and it brings a lot of entertainment.
Christmas is a time of giving, so if you're attending the parade, you can help out charities like the London Food Bank in more ways than one.
And don't forget to bring your food for the food bank and toonies for the toonie toss, because it goes to goes to the charities and everything like that.
If you're thinking of coming out to the parade, the route is the same as last year. It starts here at 6 o'clock at Dundas in Ontario, heads west down Dundas, and wraps up about an hour and 15 minutes later at Rideout Street.
We always try to find stuff that's family oriented, and that's our goal. So, and as I tell everybody, come out. It's all about having fun, exciting. I mean, the kids will love it. You'll love it. When you get down the parade route, you see all those smiling faces and all the kids and all the people. It's always worth it every time, that's for sure.
Nick Paparella, CTV News.
Extremely proud because it relates so much to what we want to do.
Carlsberg Canada, formerly known as Waterloo Brewing, is the recipient of Waterloo Region's Water Efficiency Excellence Award. The beer maker received the recognition at a regional council meeting in October for meeting the region's criteria.
Takes the initiative to research water savings programs and makes an investment to implement a solution that achieves significant water savings.
After being the region's fourth highest water user in 2023, Carlsberg's efforts are having a big impact.
Bringing down the water consumption with 100,000 cubic meters from 23 to 2024.
It's about the equivalent, I believe, of like 450 residential homes, their annual consumption of water. So it's a huge amount that we are very proud of.
All with the help of a new database system.
We're actually able to track real-time what our processes were doing, what they were consuming in terms of water, electricity, gas. That allowed us to be able to identify either issues in our processes or find better opportunities to continuously improve them.
A major area of reduction was the company's pasteurization process.
Beer, when it's packaged, in order to make sure there's no microbiological issues with it, we actually heat it up to a temperature and then cool it back down just to make sure it's totally safe for the consumer. And that is a very water-intensive process.
Brewing today while keeping the future in mind.
The region is the largest community in Canada to rely primarily on groundwater as its drinking water source. So what that means is there's not that much, but every drop counts.
More than 90% of a beer consists of water. That's why it's so important to be aware on how we're actually using the raw materials that we use in the production of beers.
The region now encouraging other local businesses to be mindful of their water use.
Carlsberg sets a great example for the community because when they invest and make these changes, it helps the whole community. The whole community's water supply is protected.
The annual award is part of the region's water efficiency program. Qualifying businesses could receive as much as $10,000 to help decrease their water usage.
This warehouse area at Closet Share was where 3,000 pieces of winter clothing donated by the community were given away this past Saturday.
By 8 o'clock in the morning, we had a lineup of over 40 people outside. By 10 o'clock, we had over 200 people walk through the doors. By 10:28, we ended up having to ask everybody to leave because we ran out of supplies.
Porter says there were some upsetting issues at the clothing pickup.
There was a lot of people fighting for clothing, and there was some racial slurs going on, so we basically just asked everybody to leave once all the product was gone.
The warehouse is already being restocked for another giveaway, November 22nd and 29th.
It's heartbreaking to see that people are fighting over winter clothing because they are in such need of it. So, and it's not just newcomers, it's not just the vulnerable, it is everybody in our city that is struggling right now.
Porter says she has reached out to Greater Sudbury Police to help with crowd control and any conflicts, but has been told it would have to be a paid duty officer, which the nonprofit can't afford.
It was very scary to see the need in their community. It was scary to see all the racial comments and the issues that we were faced that day with, and how many people came through the doors so quickly. We were not prepared for it. We are learning as we go, and I think that it takes an entire community to run something like this.
Porter is hopeful the community will come through and people will volunteer to help make the next distribution day a smooth and peaceful one. Alan Everson, CTV News, Sudbury.
Grey Cup weekend in Winnipeg is here, and die-hard CFL fans are showing up in droves.
Go Riders, go!
While the big game between Saskatchewan and Montreal goes Sunday, there's plenty happening beforehand.
To be able to now invite everybody here, witness our fan base firsthand, and really experience kind of what the Winnipeg CFL market's all about is really special. I'm really excited.
The party starts right at the airport with a group of volunteers putting the friendly in friendly Manitoba, welcoming football fans coming from out of town.
We're feeling just great. Yeah, so for me, it's my 52nd, and Sandy, I guess it's about 30 or 35th Grey Cup game, and the weather's going to be -5, -6, sunny.
The convention center is the place to be for live concerts, team party rooms, and even a chance to catch up with some CFL stars.
See how much fun this actually is, though, to see how much fun that people actually have. You know, I've never seen this side of it. You know, I'm always hyper-focused. Like I said, I've been blessed to be able to play in 5 Grey Cups. Never seen this part of the Grey Cup.
And over at the University of Winnipeg is a free festival with plenty of fun lined up for the whole family.
Go inside and you've got the TELUS CFL fan experience, which is kind of combine style drills, so you can really test your skills to see if you'd make it in the CFL.
And while some fans have a little more stake in Sunday's championship showdown, they all agree this weekend comes down to a love of the game.
The fact that you can go anywhere and somebody might be rooting for a specific team, but they're all CFL fans.
Just relax and just experience it, because there's a lot going on and everyone's here to have a good time. Doesn't matter what their team colors are.
If there's one thing A.J. Allen doesn't like talking about, it's himself.
You had such a good year. Just what was the key to that success?
My teammates.
Allen's journey to the Grey Cup hasn't been easy. The linebacker starting this season taking the majority of his reps on special teams.
I've been ready for the opportunity for a while now. It actually worked out for me this time. So it was the same mindset of be prepared when that opportunity comes and be available when it is there.
But early season injuries giving him an opportunity to start on defense.
Over the middle, intercepted, taken away at midfield. A.J. Allen has it.
Where the Burlington, Ontario product broke through.
Rourke takes off. No! Stopped.
Finishing the regular season as the Riders' leading tackler with 91, adding 4 sacks, 3 interceptions, and forced 3 fumbles.
If you keep trying to prove other people wrong, you're going to live a very long life, because they're always going to have something to say. So I've been trying to prove myself right ever since.
His excellent play earning him Saskatchewan's nomination for Most Outstanding Canadian, but he was outvoted as the West Division nominee by Lions quarterback Nathan Rourke, something teammates feel was unjust. Fellow linebacker Jameer Thurman taking to X, saying it's time for CFL fans and media to give Allen the respect he deserves, adding he put in the work, waited for his opportunity, and has excelled at a high level.
It means a lot that guys like Thurman and CJ Revis out there, even tweeting about it. These guys don't tweet. They're even tweeting about it, man. They got so much love for me. They're using an app they don't use.
And his coach has taken notice as well.
He's had a hell of a season, and I wouldn't be shocked if one day we're talking about him as a defensive player of the year or whatnot, or most outstanding Canadian. He's got the talent to do so.
Now you're probably wondering, well, what about Corey Mace? He's up for an award tonight. Why are we talking about him? Yes, he is up for Coach of the Year this season as the West Division nominee. However, tonight the CFL solely focusing on the player awards only. So the staff and other awards like the Coach of the Year will be handed out at a later date. And if you're following along with the injury report as well, Keyshawn Johnson today not at practice for a second day in a row, still dealing with that knee ailment. Mace says that they are focusing on treatment, trying to get him back in the lineup for Sunday. Although Joe Robustelli was back at practice today, limited capacity after clearing concussion protocol.
Tony Jong has found himself returning to the tennis court. He's now able to lace up his tennis shoes all year round at a brand new facility.
This is a really nice facility, especially since we don't actually have very many indoor courts in Edmonton, so it's nice to have some extra ones.
The IQ Tennis and Pickleball Center in West Meadowlark Park only opened a couple of weeks ago, and operations are already in full swing.
We have a very hard winter here where a lot of people don't go outside, so it keeps people, healthy, active, our seniors, our kids.
The center has bookable courts under a dome, allowing players like Jong to get a match in any time of the year.
It's beautiful, compared to what was here before. They had the public tennis courts, and they were a bit Like they were pretty rough, like run down, lots of cracks.
The center previously received a $1.5 million grant from the province to help in its maintenance and construction, which began back in the summer. IQ's co-founder says the facility is needed to meet a growing demand.
The demand is so huge, right? And there's only, if you think about it, there's only 2 public places in the whole city where you can play tennis, not being a member, like just paying, renting the floor and going home.
John has seen a resurgence in tennis himself and a growing interest in pickleball.
Clearly, there are more people playing tennis, more people playing pickleball as well. So I think if those people, want to continue with the sport, then I think facilities like this are really great.
He hopes to see more of these pop up around the city so others can check it out for themselves. Pete Scoren, CTV News, Edmonton.
She's always loved drawing, and Esther Wen has been honing her craft for the last 4 years at the Alberta University of the Arts.
Some of my art is more like realistic and environmental, and also I do a couple drawings of animals, and the other ones are very cartoonish.
Now Wen is one of close to 90 students taking part in the 34th Annual Show and Sale Art Market, hosted by the AU Arts Students Association.
We're a non-for-profit organization, so all of the money that the students sell their artwork for, 75% go to them, and then 25% goes back into the program to hire the support staff, to run the actual sale.
Julie Song says all kinds of artwork will be on display and for sale at the market by up-and-coming local artists.
What I've noticed in my time organizing the event and also participating is that we have a lot of ceramic, glass, jewelry, prints, stickers, keychains, big paintings, sculpture. It's a little bit of everything to showcase the wonders of the school.
Song says the sale comes at the end of an extensive 8-week program to help the students learn the business side of their craft.
We actually interviewed a whole bunch of local artists within the city and how they price their work, and then created like guide and formula for our students to kind of follow and gauge. Like even things like overhead, the cost of your electricity at your studio.
Taya Gowling doesn't have any of her works in this year's market and is spending her time helping her friends set up their displays. She says it's rewarding when someone purchases something you've created.
These works will be in these people's homes forever, and these people are able to enjoy them for the rest of their lives. And it's a great feeling to have.
Kevin Fleming, CTV News, Calgary.
After glancing out their front window, Kathy Johnson and Peter Miras noted something unusual on the surface of the water.
Peter yelled, "Whale, it's got to be a whale," and he took off, as he does.
He grabbed a video camera, jumped in his boots, and ran down to the dock.
Kept looking, and suddenly this whale pops up, and I immediately go oh my God.
So Peter kept recording, attempting to capture footage at the other end of the dock, but by the time he reached it, the whale had already turned around. So Peter started running back to where he started.
Basically did a dive onto the dock, stuck my hand as deep as I could with the camera running into the water.
By the time Peter had captured this, Kathy had climbed up to the bow of the boat to offer direction.
And the whale would show up, and then I would say, "He's going this way." Peter would jump up and run to the other end of the dock and do the same thing again.
For almost 30 minutes, Peter and the whale kept going back and forth together.
Each time I was running like a madman, and in my head I had the Benny Hill music going.
So Peter ended up editing the footage like the British comedian might have, by adding a suitable soundtrack.
It was really funny. I actually wondered if the whale was kind of snickering behind his fin. Peter will not anthropomorphize the animals, but I will.
Whether the humpback found all this as humorous as the humans or not, Peter and Kathy agree. This whale of a tale is one they'll never forget.
Just amazement, respect. So it's a big animal, but it's so gentle and it's so aware of you being there.
We're all in this world together, and it's a good reminder that it's not us and them, it's all of us together.
Adam Sawatsky, CTV News.